And we are live. What to do, what it is. Welcome back to another episode of All About Polygon, episode 6. I'm your host, Marlon. And again, welcome back, everybody. Glad to have you here. If you checked out the last episode, episode 5, we went over some technicals with the Matic token and market cap. And just looking at the overall, look, everybody see the prices is dropping down in crypto and traditional markets. So some people may not give a damn about this stuff right now, but that's okay. We still going to cover the information that's here. We're still looking at projects. We're looking at foundations, utility. And yeah, we're just looking at technology. Anything else that comes with it, it's a long journey, not a short journey. So without further ado, episode 6, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna share my screen. Today, we're going to go ahead and discuss another scaling solution that Polygon offers. And that is Polygon Edge, a modular and extensible framework for building private or public Ethereum compatible blockchain networks. So let's go ahead and take a look. So deploy your own blockchain networks with ease. Polygon Edge enables you to run your own blockchain network with customizable features. It is guided by the principles of modular architecture and provides Ethereum compatibility to your network. And if you don't know what modular means, is basically you can take this piece here, take this piece here, put it together, boom. Oh, I don't want that piece. Oh, okay, let me take this piece away, add this piece in. Okay, I want to keep that one, add the other one back. So modular is basically, like they have those couches nowadays where you can order as many pieces as you want and style it however you want. And that's what the architecture for the Polygon Edge is presenting, where you can piece different parts of whatever blockchain you want to put to, not whatever blockchain, but using their edge technology to basically construct the type of architecture that you want for your private blockchain. So yeah, if you want to create your own blockchain for whatever decentralized app, DApp, whatever you want to call it, for your project, then this is a solution for that. Users are able to interact with industry standard wallets through JSON RPC. So you're still able to use the Solidity language, full Ethereum virtual machine support, building using widely adopted Ethereum tooling libraries and development tools. So basically, one thing that Polygon always wants to ensure is that the ease of transition. They understand what the standard is out here, and they're continuing to use the standard for their projects to make a seamless transition, which I think is pretty dope. If you, especially in this space, if you want to be able to migrate developers, different projects over to your platform, then you definitely want to make it as friendly as possible. And why not make it friendly and continue to use the same standard that's out there? So that's all that is. Custom features built by developing plugins, not by forking. And, with forking, you're basically creating a whole new basically branch from that original blockchain. We've seen that with Bitcoin, Bitcoin Classic, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Ethereum. So the forking is a big diversion off of the main branch, but that's not what the Polygon Edge is offering. It's just, you're still on the network, but you just have your own lane in that network. So imagine a 100-lane highway, and one of those lanes is yours. It's all the same highway, but that's your lane, if that makes sense. I always like using the interstate and roads for these blockchain analogies. Developer-friendly plugin systems. So really, this is very developer based. So sorry, my throat was dry. Let me take a sip of water. This is very developer based. So regular users may not find this interesting, but again, enterprises, other projects, whoever's watching this, shout out to you for watching this, but this may or not apply to you, but it's good to know the technology behind it. Let me take this water. Cross-chain communication, completely trusted and decentralized, built-in Ethereum bridge solution. You can transfer any ERC tokens, NFTs, or wrap native currencies. So again, just making that transition and migration over to the Edge or Polygon network seamlessly. So again, we always like looking at the pictures of the architecture, and I'm not even gonna lie with you, with this one, I'm not too familiar with. Polygon Edge modules cover the whole blockchain stack and are designed with developer. Yep. So one thing I do want to bring up with Edge is they actually, this is new, and we'll see in a second. Was it this? Let me click on the technical documentation. So one thing I noticed, so boom, Polygon Edge is a modular and extensible framework for building Ethereum-compatible blockchain networks, side chains, and general scaling solutions. So its consensus mechanism is the IBFT Istanbul Byzantine fault tolerant, supported in 2 flavors as proof of authority and proof of stake. I don't think we've covered proof of authority before, but let's take a look. What is proof of authority? And again, this is all in the same document, so it's not like it took us to the definition, but it's the default consensus mechanism in Polygon Edge. NPOA validators are the ones responsible for creating the blocks and adding them to the blockchain in a series. All of the validators make up a dynamic validator set, where validators can be added to or removed from the set by employing a voting mechanism. And we all know validators are, people who are running these nodes to take these transactions and process them into the blocks. And in return, of course, they're rewarded with Matic tokens. So let's hit transpose and the next block round robin for the block to be validated in the blockchain. Supermajority more than 2/3 of the validators must approve the said block. Okay. So going back here, one thing I want to point out. So big yellow sign, caution. This is a work in progress, so architectural changes may happen in the future. The code has not been audited yet, so please contact the Polygon team if you would like to use it in production. And I think I'm glad they put this here, but this is a great point to touch on. We've seen hacks, we've seen rug pulls, we've seen protocols now work, and reasons like this is why it happens. With code, you want to make sure that it is audited, to look for bugs, to look for loopholes, hackers can find anything out here. It's 2020 or 2022, folks. We got some smart ass people out here who are taking advantage of these platforms and protocols and finding the bugs and codes. Personally, if I was, if I wanted to bring my DApp to the Polygon Edge network to create my own blockchain network for whatever my purpose is, I would feel uncomfortable, even if it is beta and testing and this is new technology. Me personally, I would feel uncomfortable with not even one audit, because if I get hacked, if my blockchain network gets hacked, then I lose everything that's on there, and security. We want to try to keep everything as tight knit as possible. So this is just a great word of caution, but again, it's beta, so you have to do some things. Somebody has to take that risk, but it ain't gonna be me. So yeah, so let's go back and so you have the Polygon Edge, which is again their modular structure for it, but here the best way, as they say, the best way to use Polygon Edge is through Polygon Supernets. So we're going to take a look at this. And what is a Supernet? So Supernets are the fast track for blockchain adoption in new private and public networks for dApps and enterprises alike. Polygon Supernets uses powerful Polygon Edge as a configurable infrastructure solution in a highly secure and decentralized environment. So Supernets. Validators verify all the transactions on Supernets. Validators stake Matic tokens on the mainnet before validating the network. Any validator misbehavior is met with instant repercussions on the amount staked. And they have a slide deck that we're going to pull up shortly. Ethereum compatible, customizable, high performing. Now, to give you a simple breakdown, basically the difference between the difference between the Supernet and the Edge is with Edge, you personally, me as an individual, is doing everything on using the Edge technology to create my own blockchain network. Whereas with Supernets, it's more so a little more hands off from the validator side, and more so focusing on the enterprise or the application side more so. And we'll see that shortly. But modes of Supernets, they can operate in different modes. You have shared security chain, validated by professional validators who stake in order to validate your Supernet. So you have professional validators who are basically validating the blocks on your network instead of you having to validate it yourself. So that's a big difference. Sovereign chain hosted on a dedicated, trusted infrastructure managed by a professional validator. And layer 2 chain, scale your Supernet even more using ZK rollups. And we discussed that in episode, what did I say, 6? I think that was episode 4. We discussed the ZK rollups with Polygon. Supernet architecture, and it's almost set up the same way as the, let's go back to it. Oh, my bad, y'all. I hit the wrong button. Where is it at? All right, that's it. This is almost similar to what we've seen with just the Polygon Edge, but you have a few more blocks in here. And again, I'm gonna have to do some more research on this one because, yeah, this flow chart doesn't make too much sense to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. But hey, for the developers out there, you let me know. And again, also I do want to put this out. If anybody does want to, come on and talk Polygon, enlighten me, enlighten the audience, I'm all here for that. Please just leave comments in the videos. You can reach out to that gentleman of crypto directly or me directly, it doesn't matter. But again, this is an open platform, so please, any developers or anybody who works on the Polygon chain already, hey, it's an open arms, for anybody to come on, just, reach out. Supernet offerings, ability to have a decentralized proof of stake network that you don't have to maintain yourself. Remember, that was the key part. Achieve decentralization and high security from day one with staking from professional validators, high performance, reward schedule for the validators. Upcoming features, gas efficient bridging to Polygon/Ethereum, configurable checkpointing to Polygon or Ethereum mainnets, share benefits with Block Explorer for all the Edge networks. So, with Block Explorer, you're able to, find any transaction, look at all transaction details on that particular blockchain. So currently, basically if I was to set up my own Polygon Edge network, you wouldn't be able to look at the Block Explorer for that to see the transactions on there. But those are some of the features that they'll be working on in the future. And I think, and we'll look at the roadmap of all this, because I think everything just dropped for this year, honestly. And then some, of course, you always have the impact statistics for transactions per day, because that's the biggest thing, scalability. We need that throughput for these transactions. Resources, Supernet debt. All right, this is what I was looking for. So what's cool is they actually, one of the co-founders of Polygon, he held a virtual, in the metaverse, I guess, presentation of this deck, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to play the video, but well, I guess I'll play a couple seconds. But as you can see, let me go to the beginning of it so you can just kind of see like the entrance. It's pretty dope. Boom, like you're in a whole like look at this, you're in a whole auditorium in the metaverse. Like each of these digital avatars could be a person at home. Not saying that it is, but it could be, oh shit, what I'm saying? I'm in the metaverse. So I think this is pretty dope. And this may be some of the the way we see presentations done in the future. So I think this is pretty cool. Let me get back to the deck. Oh, close out of that. My bad, y'all. I got this Zoom bar, it keeps popping up, getting them the damn way. All right, boom. So Polygon Edge, Polygon Supernets, democratizing building blockchains. So, of course, they're going to state their problems, where presentations go, problems, solutions. Hey, this is what our product does. Organizations and projects need a blockchain network that has affordable transactions, high transaction throughput, instant finality, no forks, ability to bridge across, to bridge assets cross-chain, isn't compromised by external factors, and easy to set up. And we've seen some of this already. So there's already 35 networks as using Polygon Edge. Shout out to them, and I hope everything is going well since they ain't got that audit yet on the code. But hey, somebody has to be the ones to take that first step. So shout out to them. What about the ones that didn't launch? So challenges for layer 1 and layer 2 networks. Lack of in-house expertise in monitoring, maintaining, validating a blockchain network. And again, so just to reiterate, when we're talking about Edge, this isn't the Supernet. So Edge is, hey, I want to create my own blockchain network, so I'm going to use Polygon Edge, and you can implement that on your own using that technology. So I just wanted to reiterate that. So challenge 1 that they've seen, lack of in-house experience. Challenge 2, hard to find professional validators for your network and to incentivize them to properly achieve security and decentralization. Challenge 3, long process of deploying and closing deals on the secondary blockchain infrastructure, difficulty to access third-party tools and services. Challenge 4, lack of cost, prototyping, premium support, and consultancy for your project. The solution, and this is where the Supernets come into part. So again, you have Edge, which is basically, you basically raw dogging it. You in there, oh, I'm doing everything. Whereas like, you have somebody else is like, hey, I don't really have all the resources to keep up with it. So can you guys help me? That's where the Supernets come into play. So Polygon Supernets is here to solve all 4 of those challenges, backed by a $100 million fund from the Polygon Treasury. So hosting and maintenance, your Supernet is hosted by a professional validator. If if all validators belong to the same authority, your network is centralized and not very secure. So as you see here, this blue box is a validator and this is your network. And in order for, if all your validators, again, under the same person, same company, whatever the case may be, they're in control of your network and you don't want that. Whereas with the Supernets, you can have professional validator over here, one over here, one over here, one over here. They're all within the validator pool, but they're not all under like one company, enterprise, or group. So it really works in, you're working for the blockchain and not, for the entity trying to control that blockchain. Polygon Supernets orchestrates professional validators to stake in order to validate your network. So it's almost like you're getting like like validators working as contractors, basically. It's how I look at it. More security station, Polygon Edge network, hard to decentralize. You need to host the validators, no additional tools or service. So again, if I own my Polygon Edge network, I'm in control. And that's not decentralization because I can validate whatever I want. You know what I mean? I can do anything on there, and it's centralized and not decentralized. Whereas they're saying for the Supernet, it is decentralized because you have these professional validators who are coming in unbeknownst to you. They don't know you. They're just staking and creating the blocks for the transactions. In my opinion, that's not completely decentralized. It sounds good, but in this type of aspect, you just never know. You never know what could come about. All the validators could team up and be like, bump that. We about to jug the doggone network today. So that's what it could be. My bad, y'all. Thought I heard a noise in the back. Access to premium third-party services and tooling hosted and maintained by the third parties. So with the Edge network, all tooling or services need to be self-hosted, access to only open source projects with limited feature sets, and constant maintenance needed. Whereas here, you already have access to third-party services and tools without having to figure it out yourself, where the tool, hey, I ain't got to go to Home Depot, toolbox is already at the crib. So that's what the Supernet offers as a compared to the Edge. Secondary blockchain infrastructure, as you see here, so block explorers, bridging, smart contracts, RPC providers for the wallets, node providers, cross-chain bridges. So all these different things that we see on protocols and projects are all, we have to connect that to the infrastructure. So all that comes with partnerships with the Supernets or Supernets. Certified Polygon Supernet partners. So area of expertise and all these things. And I think this is like the perfect simple graph to sum all this up between the Supernets and the Edge. So as we see with Supernet, proof of authority is included. It's supported by Edge. As you see here, it's self-hosted. Proof of stake is not supported, but it is supported on Edge. Professional validators is included with the Supernet, as with the Edge, self-organized, relying on the Ethereum security is included with Supernet. It's not supported if you're just using the Edge, because with the Edge, you can actually create your, I think with both, but definitely with the Edge, you can create your own currency. You don't have to use the Matic. You can choose, I can make the Marlin token, and that'll be the main token on my Edge network. Centralized network, it's not supported on Supernet, again, because they have professional validators basically contracted out, whereas it's supported for the Edge because it's my network. Tooling, supported, and again, self-organized for the Edge. And then Supernet versus the mainnet deployment. So again, on the mainnet, Polygon mainnet, you have, Matic performance, all throughput is shared, and throughput is shared with all deployed dapps. Transactions reach finality over after 128 blocks, and anyone can deploy their dapps. And this is on the mainnet, so this is everybody's on that joint. Whereas with Supernet, you can create your own currency. Again, the Marlin token, an entire network throughput is dedicated to us. Again, it's our chain. Nobody else is on no other apps. It's just my app. Transactions reach finality in 1 block, which is in about 2 seconds, and then only me myself can deploy smart contracts and dapps, or our enterprise, our project on this blockchain. And yeah, so a couple extra facts to have here. It's pretty much said all this. Gas currency must be the newly created. Right, so gas currency must be the newly created native currency of the Supernet. So yeah, so if I create my Marlin token that's supposed to be used on that chain, then of course you have to have some of that for transactions for those gas fees. Supernets are not designed to allow end users to deploy their own arbitrary smart contracts as they would on the mainnet, which makes it a private network. All validators must stake a minimum of 20 Matic on Ethereum mainnet in order to be validated in the network. And the validator Matic rewards are envisioned to be decreasing over time, while your network is slowly expected to achieve on-chain rewards. So basically, they're looking for, if your project is on the Supernets, then over time they would expect to see more value, and you wouldn't need the Matic rewards. They'll take my Marlin rewards. And here's the roadmap. So Q3 of last year, the Polygon SDK launched. And that's what ended up getting rebranded to the Polygon Edge of Q1 of this year. And then Supernets was actually launched in this quarter. So this is all brand new, folks. We're looking at a project that's, right here, beginning stages of beta, where Supernets were just launched in Q2. We're about to be in Q3. We saw more than 35 projects running on Edge. So some things to come in Q3 of this year. You have the new Polygon Edge bridge available on Supernets. In Q4, looks like we have Supernets marketplace with the shared tooling and additional proof of stake and governance support at Edge. And then in Q1 of next year, we're looking at using the ZK rollup tech on the Edge and Supernets as well. And then that's just more information. So yeah, thank you. So that's Polygon Edge and the Supernets. I think it's pretty dope. You know, a lot of times people get asked, like, well, not a lot of times, but you know, some people that I know when we talk about crypto stuff kind of ask me questions, you know, like, oh, well, if I want to create my own token for this community or that community, can I do it? Yeah, you can do it. And this is one of the ways that you could do it. You know, if you want to have an app and you don't know where to start, or you know, you don't have all the resources, I think that, you know, the superset would be pretty cool. And if you're a hardcore developer already on the Ethereum network and you want to create your own blockchain network, then you can just do the Edge and do everything yourself or set all that up yourself. So I think both applications are pretty dope. You know, these are the type of things that, you know, we want to see in the space where people are able to migrate over and have the resources and the technology to be set up using the blockchain technology provided by Polygon. And then as we see, you know, they're going to be integrating some of their other scaling solutions that they offer with these as well. So I think that I'll be definitely interested to keep up with it. I mean, we're going to keep up with it regardless, but this is one thing that I definitely want to have on my watch list long term to see how this plays out, bear market or not. Like, the technology is technology. Like, damn, the price, you know, is this usable? You know, and I think something like this is. But yeah, that's what we got for today. Polygon Edge, Supersets. Appreciate everybody. Like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. Gentlemen of Crypto. Check out all the other shows, and we are out on another day. Peace.